It's safe to say that in a country with 60 million people, 11 official languages, and a diverse set of people groups, that cultural discrepancies stand tall. From black to white to everything in between, South Africa is a cultural hotpot of diversity while still sharing common ground. That is, whether you know the rules or not, you're going to shout at the TV when the Springboks are playing. Today on the Civies podcast, we dive into the cultural differences one may experience in everyday Mzansi life, and maybe dig into some misconceptions we have. This isn't about who's better, this is about how we can be better together. With me today, the one and only Larry.
Yay.
How you doing, Larry?
Good, thanks, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Are you dealing with this heat?
I'm not.
Me neither.
I'm not. I took a walk the other day. Was it Monday or Tuesday? Didn't survive that. Came back right quickly back to the office, so I didn't survive that. But yeah, I'm doing good. How are you holding up? How's the heat?
It's tough.
You get to drive around, so aircon is always on.
No, that's true. But the worst is at home. At home sucks. No matter where you are.
It gets hot everywhere, innit?
Everywhere.
Yeah, I get it. And I'm the person that can sleep without a blanket, so imagine me. Yeah.
Our other guest is Komocho. How you doing, Komocho?
I'm doing fantabulous. How are you guys?
Good. Hot. Tired.
I'm not hot. I'm neither. I'm neutral, or it's either I'm happy. I'm in my own element. I'm doing good. Yeah, that's what's up.
I'm jealous. You need to share. All right. So you guys heard the topic today. We're chatting about culture. What does culture mean?
Culture means, for me, it means who you are, who you come from, and where you're going.
Okay. I like that one.
Yeah.
Culture. I think culture for me is like the heritage of where your family came from. I don't know. Does that make sense?
It does.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much definition to culture. You know that. Like, you can Google culture. It's literally the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
So I think...
So what is that definition then?
That definition is exactly what you said.
Oh, what I said?
Exactly what you said, yes. And exactly what you said as
I
well.
feel like culture is, it has a lot of definitions, but culture for me is who you are, where you are raised, and all of that. It is part of your DNA. It's kind of not, but it is. It's literally a pattern of your family. It's a pattern of your life, your habits, like how you're raised and how it all plays out. That's why I said it's about where you come from and where you're going, because you cannot learn things but you can, but it's so deeply rooted. So for me, culture is I would say it's part of my DNA.
Yeah, it is 100% for sure. So let's do a little bit around the table. What culture do you identify yourself as? We can start with Larry.
Identify myself as...
Yeah. Okay. Let's think about it this way. How were you raised?
How was I raised?
Yes.
The two predominant cultures in South Africa. Got raised in the Eastern Cape, but I am Zulu. My roots are KZN, deep down KZN. But I was raised deep down Eastern Cape. So I know both cultures, lived both cultures, enjoyed both cultures. So for me, I identify as both in my world, like initially in my world, because if I go to the Eastern Cape, I'm literally that guy that grew up there when I was 5, when I was 8, when I was 10. I'll go back to being that guy again. If I'm in KZN, I'll be the person that I am right now, be a Zulu guy, be whatever guy that you need me to be in that very moment, because I know how to adapt to both cultures, because I know everything about the culture. So, yeah, so both.
Okay, so you got two.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, both of them.
And Komocho?
My parents are, I don't know why, my both parents they speak Sepedi, so they're from the Pedi culture. So actually, on the languages, I identify as Northern Sotho and Sepedi. It's the same thing.
Where's your dad from?
My dad is from Limpopo, same section as my mom.
Okay.
So they're both from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you Pedi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But like on the 11 languages, I fit in the Northern Sotho and Sepedi.
Get that. Is the Northern Sotho because you were in Pretoria mostly?
No.
Or what is it?
Oh, Northern Sotho. Northern Sotho is like Sikukune, like
Okay. I don't know.
Limpopo language.
Isn't like Limpopo language like mostly Pedi?
It is.
Okay.
So Southern Sotho is sort of like Tswana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, get that. Get that.
It's Sotho, like I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
No, you can explain it in your language. You can go on. I can hear you. Yeah, you can explain it in your
Yeah.
language.
Yeah. There's just a whole lot of like we speak different. Like people in the southern of Limpopo don't speak the same as the people in the northern of Limpopo.
Limpopo's big,
It's big.
so it's fair to say
Like
that.
I don't even want to confuse you guys when I start to talk about like Sepedi languages because it's about 5.
Damn.
Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't sound the same.
Hectic.
Yeah, at all. I could tell that you're from this section. Oh, you're from that section.
You're
We
right.
don't sound the same at all.
That's
Even
crazy.
Polokwane, when Polokwane people speak, I'm like, what? Yeah.
It's actually so me.
With you, yeah.
I'm Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
Fully Portuguese, depending on who you ask. My mother is directly from Portugal. She was born there.
Yep.
And my dad is Madeiran. So that's why I say not fully. Because fully means
Oh, yeah.
both
Both
are born
parents,
yes.
inland.
Yeah.
But my dad, he wasn't born in Madeira. He was born in South Africa. And yeah, I am immersed in Portuguese culture consistently because my entire family is Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's it. I am not a full bred, how can I say it? My culture isn't rooted in South Africa,
Mm-hmm.
but I've kind of made it my own.
Yeah.
I've adapted.
Makes sense.
I've come out
I get
South
that.
African Portuguese. We are a community this side.
Mm-hmm.
We are our own thing.
So can I ask, like, the language you speak at home, is it like English? Like
Yeah.
your home, not the home with your wife, but like home.
Home, that's tough. Like both sides of the family, we speak English. It's actually kind of sad. It died out with the grandparents speaking Portuguese.
Yeah.
When I was raised at my gran, and she would only speak Portuguese. She couldn't speak English. So she would talk to me and I'd be like, yeah, vó, sí, and like everything would, our conversations would be like that. I'd speak in English sometimes, but I was good at it.
Yeah.
And then when my gran passed and my granddad passed, we just became super basic English folk.
I remember I used to have a friend, not a best friend, from grade 1 until grade 7 called Marina. I wonder what happened to her though.
That's my mom's name.
Yeah, she was also Portuguese. And she was in our English medium class, you know, like they only segregate us. I don't know why.
Oh,
But,
based
like,
on like
Yeah.
your grades.
No, your language.
Oh.
Like the English medium are black.
Oh,
I think, okay, now there we go on a very interesting topic.
okay. We'll get into
In
it.
school, while culture-wise,
Yeah.
you know, as long as you're black, you're going to be in the English medium class, and you're Portuguese, they're going to throw you in the English medium class.
Just by default, like you don't get a choice.
Just by default.
What?
And then the Afrikaners, like, stick to their own side.
Yeah.
So it played like that throughout, like, my whole primary to high school. So Afrikaans was always like my second home language, but English was always my first.
So you can speak Afrikaans,
I don't.
but you can.
I think I'm very ignorant because I don't know. I really did not like the language. I struggle with it. I really struggle with it, but I could speak it to save my life.
Okay. No, that's good. That's like me and Portuguese. I kind of like it's in there somewhere. I just
So
need
you
to,
can speak
I need to bring it out.
Afrikaans?
Yeah, I can. I grew up with Afrikaans people, so it's
Yeah.
like it became my second language
Okay.
at a point. I was speaking Afrikaans more than I was speaking Portuguese, which is
Wow.
sad. Yeah, I know.
Larry, your high school, primary.
My high school primary. Primary school, given a choice, isiXhosa or Afrikaans. I will not speak Afrikaans, so I went with isiXhosa.
Obviously.
Whole time. high school as well. Grade 8, forced into second language being Afrikaans. Um, that did not help because half of the class flunked that whole language.
Afrikaans.
Yeah,
Oh.
half of the class flunked
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then second term, they're like, okay, guys, you guys are not learning anything. We're like, because we don't wanna learn
ignorance.
Like, it's not I don't wanna. Like, I really don't. I don't find the need to actually learn or speak
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans.
Exactly.
I don't want to, you know. I have a choice. I can literally just continue with my home language, which is what isiZulu. I can use it as my second language. They're like, okay, cool, introduce isiZulu at school. Went for it. So for me, I never had to learn any other language, to be quite honest with you. I can read, write isiZulu, I can read, write Xhosa, I can read
Wow.
Setswana, I can read Sesotho, I can read every other language
impressive.
except for Afrikaans.
I'm so
Really?
envious.
Genuinely.
Wow.
impressive,
I
yeah.
will understand certain words in Afrikaans. I really, if I actually listen properly to what you're saying. So if I pick up 3 keywords, I know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? That's my thing. So if I, for instance, when, let's say, Maggie is speaking in Afrikaans, she'll speak, and I listen to maybe 3-4 words. I'm like, oh, she's talking about this, and I already form it. I'm like, she's talking about this. And then I put back out my headsets because
Okay.
I won't hear the rest of what she's saying.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
That's cool.
I just refused to learn Afrikaans. That was just me.
Yeah.
I refuse
Yeah.
to, and I think I just switched it off at the back of my brain, and I was like, yeah, no, we're not coming to that party.
Well, for me, I think it was the fact that, well, my primary school, there were a lot of white kids, right? A lot of white teachers as well. But I never got to be around them as much. You get what I mean? So I never got to be around a lot of white kids, move away. I never got to be a lot of like white kids, break time, see them there. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me run back to the people that I know.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, okay, I see a white person speak English, you speak Afrikaans, I'm out of there. So, like, what we doing, you know? The common language that we both know is English. If we can't communicate in the one common language that we know, then we can't communicate further. So that's why, for me, it was like, okay, I barely see white people, barely speak to white people at the time. Like, I barely see white people, barely communicate with them. When I do, it's English. So why am I learning Afrikaans? So that was like my motive. That was the reasoning behind it. And yeah, I just never did.
Okay.
Never did.
Right. Yeah, there's like a big hot debate about whether Afrikaans should still be in main South African society, XYZ. I say, like, if people want it, they must
They
go
can
for
do
it.
it. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not against that. I mean, they are part of. I mean, we're talking about culture here.
It's
They're
their
part-
culture.
They're part of the South African culture as
Yeah.
well. You know.
Yeah. So let's be fair here. Let's like, culture is more than just your language.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So outside of that,
Yes.
like, let's look at the family dynamic in
Okay.
in your guys' culture.
The family dynamics.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a toddler, my mother. There's this sneef. I don't know if you know. It's in Afrikaans. It's sneef.
Snuff.
Yes.
Yeah, snuff.
You know, so when there are like weddings or rituals, like the Bible, I was raised that like everything's by the Bible, do it, everything by the Bible. When everyone dies, they die for good. But like in my culture, when something good happens, if a new car is bought, we use that snuff, you know, to connect to our ancestors. Like we talk to our ancestors with it, like, do you see this car we just bought? It's very beautiful. Acknowledge it, you know? So I was against...
And you put it, like, on the car.
Not on the car. You can put it on the floor on the car anyway, as long as you use it. So while I was growing up, I was like, why? I mean, the Bible says this, the Bible says that. And then I grow, and then I realized that no, culture is also like religious in a way, but not. It's not like we are praising them, but we just acknowledging that these people lived, you know,
Okay.
and there are souls out there. You know, I don't personally like believe in that, but I just feel like acknowledging those that live. So when there's a wedding, when there's a birthday party, our culture, we do a certain ritual for the ones that are gone. You know,
Okay.
we still pay respect. You see us, we see you, we connect with them via Bluetooth, Snape.
That's
So
like the
that's our
media.
culture.
That's
So
the text
yeah,
messaging
so when you grow
format.
up, you realize that those teachings, whether you want or not, it's gonna be sort of like a norm for you, and you're gonna carry it out.
Okay.
So yeah,
No, that's fair. And you, Sifiso?
Your question was family dynamics.
Family
family
dynamics. Yeah.
dynamics, yes.
Like I said, so
Like, what is the norm
the norm
in Zulu culture?
in Zulu culture will always be believe in ancestors. Most 90%, 100% believe in ancestors. Believe in sacrificing an animal. That's spilling blood. So that's a way of it's a way of communication as well, because sacrificing, there's a reason behind sacrificing. There's a reason why you're sacrificing that specific lamb, the cow, whatever it is you'll be sacrificing at the time, a chicken. So that blood is a way of communication, right? Cool. That's the one thing. That's a norm in Zulu culture. That needs to happen, you know? In the Xhosa culture, same thing, because at the end of the day, the Nguni people pretty much move the same way. Yeah, Nguni people move the same way. Slaughter and sisters focus more than
And
anything.
on what occasion would you slaughter an animal?
An occasion, obviously, funerals. It'll be to be thankful for a job that you got, thanking your ancestors, saying thank you so much for getting me this job. I am gonna. So if you're doing that specific ceremony, thanking for a job, you need to use your own money. Nobody's helping you with those things. So
Wow.
Okay.
buying a car, you're doing it alone. Buying the food that people are going to be eating, you do it alone.
Wow.
Buying alcohol, you'll be doing it alone.
Okay.
Everything you're doing it alone, because you're thinking what? It's from your own pocket. You're thanking them for the money that they're giving you. So you're
Okay.
saying thank you so much for all of this. Nobody helps you.
Wow.
And are you like pressured to do that?
You're not pressured to do anything.
Okay.
But remember, well, I believe in the fact that if you don't acknowledge your culture, or you don't, not culture, if you don't acknowledge your ancestors, certain things go away from you. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So if you go 5 years without thanking those people for the job, because remember, so white people wake up, praise God, like most white people. Wake up, praise God, thank God for thank you God for life.
Depends
thank
where.
you. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'll just say white people. Thank
Yeah.
thank you God for the job that you gave me. Thank you God for waking me up. Thank you for the journey. Thank you for everything. Now we do the same thing. If you are not thankful, what's gonna happen? You lose certain things. You're not thankful for them giving you this job. You're not thankful for them when you're driving for those 4 hours that they actually helped you. We're not saying God, our ancestors are God. No, we're not. We're just saying we're thanking them because they're in our lives, in our presence. They are powered by God. So those things need to be done. If you don't do them, well, you'll see certain things will disappear in
I
your life.
see it in this regard. Like, our ancestors still pray for us in the other life.
Yes.
You know? And so when I pray, like, in the Bible it says, respect your elders, respect your mothers. So I believe when you thank your mother and you're thanking your ancestors, people that were there before you, their prayers are much more stronger, because they are older, they're wiser, they're everything. So when I thank them, when I ask them for protection, is because I'm just asking them that whatever that they pray for, they could still see me, they could still pray for my protection, they could still, that's how I see it.
Okay.
I don't know how my mom sees it. I think she sees it differently.
Yeah.
But I think
A lot of
everyone
people
has
see it
I think
differently.
everyone has a different belief, or like, of what their ancestors are doing for them. For me, personally, I feel like they still pray for us. They still be like, oh God, please be with this child.
Okay.
She's drinking tequila again. Oh, my
So no,
God.
you're not pressured.
Okay, cool.
You're not pressured into doing it.
Yeah, that's what I
it
wanted
just
to know.
comes to you.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm doing it in February as well. I'm being thankful. So it no one says you didn't do it.
Yeah.
I woke up one day and I just felt something just saying, you need to do it.
Okay.
I picked up the phone, called my uncle. I'm like, yo, on this date, I'm gonna do this. He's like, bed, okay, sharp. Who else did you call? I'm like, I'm gonna call everybody else, which is like the elders. Called everybody else. They're like, okay, cool, sharp, no stress. See you in February. Cool. So you just wake up and You just decide, okay, cool.
That's
Let me,
very nice.
Okay.
yeah, you need to do it.
Okay.
I
Don't
think
get
I'm gonna
forced.
do it too this December. Not like a big thing, but
Yeah,
just like
just
a
to say
nice
thank you.
intimate thing
Yeah.
with family.
But I want to do something big. Like I want to do something crazy.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about
Yeah,
it.
make
Like,
it a deal.
Yeah, I want to do something
Yes,
crazy.
wow.
That's
Alrighty.
my whole plan.
Okay, that's
But with
nice.
you, what are the dynamics like?
Yeah, it's very outside of the religious aspect. Okay, let's dive. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
dive.
go into religion and then go into
Okay, in the
Yeah.
religious aspect, 99.9% of Portuguese people are Catholic,
right.
Yeah.
like full Catholic,
Mhm.
Roman Catholic, which
Yep.
is not something I believe in at all.
Mhm.
Catholicism is, I mean, I can give a breakdown of Catholicism and
My
how
mom
it works.
is Roman Catholic, so
Is she?
yeah,
So you understand?
yeah. But
Yeah.
give it to Larry and
No,
the
you can
rest.
go ahead and just
Yeah, you
in
pray
case,
to-
in case somebody doesn't know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so God is still God. You have an ushering of communication with Him through the
Mhm.
saints, the Santos in Portuguese, and then
Mm-hmm.
Maria, who you pray to as well, and
Yep.
she's Mother Mary,
Yes.
Ave Maria, and you pray to her, and then
Mhm.
through that communication is how you communicate with God. And then there's a whole bunch of what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you have to do something.
When you have to do
Like-
something.
Like a tradition, let me say a tradition,
Okay.
where you have to, the Holy Communion is something you do. Confession is something that you do. Praying with the beads is something that you do. And
That's for Catholic.
Catholic, yeah.
So these are things that need to be done.
God has to. Like
Okay.
there's no, like you don't get, from what I've seen, because remember I wasn't raised in this, I just know my dad was, my mom was.
Mm-hmm.
And from the stories that they told me, it's like you go to, it becomes a community. Because, I mean, I think in SA, there's not a lot of Portuguese people. So a lot of us know each other, like families know each other.
Yeah.
So if you don't see someone at church, at the igreja, you're going to know
Yeah,
like, what's
true,
cracking, why
yeah.
you're not there. And
Yep.
then, like, there is pressure. Portuguese people can be very in each other's faces, in each other's spaces. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I wasn't raised like that. I was raised, I want to say just Christian, like according to the Bible, full stop. My whole life like that. My mom stopped being Catholic a little bit before I was born. My dad, when he met my mom, he got converted, and that's how my life was, raised like that. Outside of that family dynamics, we're very tight-knit as a community culture. Like my family, every single Friday we with each other. Every single Friday. Like it's tough to not go and be with each other.
Don't you get
Really?
annoyed?
Huh?
Don't you get annoyed?
I do. But it's fair. Like you're
Like-
allowed to.
Can I ask? Every Friday, you yell.
It's not like let me put it this way. It's not a traditional thing. It's
Yeah.
just we very close people.
Wow.
So we will literally every Friday, are we Brian? Let's go. See you there. Like it's almost expected.
That's very nice.
I'd get so annoyed.
That's the thing. Like you think that you would, but then when you don't go, you're like, man, I
Yeah,
should be there.
right.
Why am I not there?
That's a very nice tradition. I mean, I know that like it's because of your family. It's not like it's a written rule, but like that's very nice. I wish I had that. Because we see each other after a while. Now we're not talking to my uncles. My uncles don't allow my moms to come to the original home because he built a house over the home. It's his house now. It's just, let me tell you one thing about the black
I'm listening.
community.
I'm like, she's actually, whatever she's going to say, she's 100% right.
Okay.
That's why I'm laughing.
Oh my gosh. When when it's either the uncle gets married, like the marriage, oh my God, it plays a huge deal. Marry the right person who's gonna build the family, not break it down. And don't build a house on top of a home. People still wanna go home. You know,
What do
like,
you mean? What do you mean by that?
you know, like now my home is Marble Hall, right? So I know that I'm gonna get married probably one day and build my own house and build my own home. That's my son's home. But like home is still my home. So just because okay, my mom dies and she passes, God forbid. But like that happens, and then all of a sudden my sister decides that, okay, everyone is out of the house, she's building another, or she's renovating, now it's her house, and then we can't come home no more. Those things happen a lot, actually.
The actual TV shows on this shit, by the
I'm
way.
very confused.
So it's like,
Okay,
I'm
wait.
very confused.
What do you mean you're confused?
What? So like, is it a separate property that we're talking
Listen,
about?
Listen. So, my mother and her brothers
Yes.
grew up in one household, which is my grandmother's house.
Okay.
Yes.
I get it.
So now they all leave, Joburg.
Yeah.
And then Komocho decides, okay, I'm just going to get married and look after my mom's house, right? While I'm at it, let me just build another, maybe, let me say 4 rooms around the yard, right? Around the yard. And then after building those 4 rooms, you know what? Actually, this whole property is mine. He then decides.
But surely, isn't there like any
No,
legal
There
things in
is, but they never
place?
go that way.
That's messed up.
No, they never. Nobody does that. That's why there's TV shows about it now.
Okay.
There's actual TV shows on
Yeah.
DSTV about that
Heck.
shit. It's actually crazy.
it's very
So
crazy.
I can actually kind of vouch for it. So my grandfather left the family a bunch of land
Yeah.
in Madeira, and that became a mission for like people to decide who gets it, who gets what. Like it's not it wasn't like people weren't fighting and arguing with each other, but it's like who does it go to? It's
Yep.
literally like a piece of land in Madeira.
Yeah.
And you sit there and you're like, okay, how do we decide? He didn't write it down because like, yeah, no, remember when the Portuguese people came here, it was like recently. It wasn't
Yeah. I
like
get
a-
that. But damn, right?
overnight,
Something that- yeah,
like a
but-
historical thing that we've been here. So we came here. I mean, I have like 5 uncles on my mom's side. I think like only one of them has their ID that's right. Because when they came here, like the people didn't write their names out properly.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
It's
I get
like
that.
that's how it is. So it's obvious to assume when things like that happen, like the necessary paperwork and stuff isn't going to be in place.
Yeah, get that.
Like for me as well, looking at getting a citizenship in Portugal is difficult because my mom was born there, so she's got her thing, but now because she was married in South Africa, registering them marriage in Portugal is a huge mission. And then even for Portugal to acknowledge that I exist is also a huge mission.
Yeah.
So it's like these red tape things that come into play. But
I think it, like, that's what I'm saying. It's also metaphorical if you look at it, what I'm trying to say here. Like when you really marry a woman and you're a man, they really have to build a home with you, like a family with you, not break it down. Because now you're saying, your sisters can't come here. Who's
That's
saying
messed
that?
up.
It's your sisters or your brothers can't come here. This is my house. This is my husband's house. And you
so
look
you
at
would you
so-
go from, let's say I marry you and I go to your home. Is that something that would happen?
No, not that we have to go live there. I'm just saying, it now becomes this toxic thing of a territorial thing. Like, don't come into my home, and it's their home.
That's hectic.
So So I'm just saying, like, when you blacks, oh my God, marry a right woman, because it's gonna play out. If you have kids outside, if a guy doesn't support the kids, it's because the wife is like, no way, like. Marry a woman who's gonna build with you and build your culture also with you, your culture values. Because when you marry someone, you're also beginning your own culture.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So I think, Fabio, you're not understanding what she's saying, right? She's saying,
I'm trying.
no, I get you. So let's say I marry her,
Yes.
right? She immediately then takes my surname. Her
Yeah.
taking my surname converts her into what? Into a Zulu woman, right?
Hectic.
It converts her to being a Zulu woman. She is tasked with raising my family name
As a
going
Zulu
forward as a
family.
Zulu woman. Yes.
Hectic.
My kids will not be Pedi. My kids are Zulu.
Okay.
You understand? She is then given a name in the Zulu culture that in my family will be calling her. They'll never call her Kumucho at home.
What?
Yeah.
They
They
give me
won't
a
call her
name.
Kumucho. They won't call her
give me
Kumucho at all.
a Zulu name.
I'm learning things, guys. I'm
They
learning
won't
things.
they won't call her Kumucho at all. Her name is not Kumucho anymore at my family, at least, They will call her some other Zulu name. And she is tasked with making sure that this family grows. That is her prime responsibility, right? So with that responsibility, it trickles down on Guti. Remember, I have sisters as well. My sisters don't have a say-so anymore. She does. See, that's the problem now. That's where people...
I see.
because they're going to go out and marry other people. She is here to raise this family. You know, the reason that's why lobola is so important. That's why
Okay.
that transaction happens. So I'm bringing in someone, because my sister's going.
Okay.
She is now. Let's say I'm the older guy. I mean, the older brother in the family. She is now the older sister to all these people, and she has a say so. So whatever my mom says, she runs it down to her. She will then take point and say, guys, to all the girls in the family, guys, this is what we're doing, because she's the new big sister in the family.
Okay.
So the problem is now these wives that are toxic, get in there.
Yeah.
They say, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that, you're not going to do this. This is my house now. What? You can't boss people out. At the end of the day, this is still my sister's house.
Oh.
You need to respect that.
I see.
This is my sister's home.
So they like
as
take
well.
advantage of the situation.
Exactly. They take it because when they tell them that you are now part of them doing a family, you now have the say. So don't take it now. Don't have a power trip on some,
Yeah.
I'm going to run shit here. Nah, you literally not. But they're just giving you that power that you are the first woman to, like you're the first lady, basically.
Yeah, I
Because
get it.
if my mother passes away, she has to stand up and run around and do all these funeral preparations because she was brought in there to be.
So it's a blessing and a
Yeah.
responsibility.
So you need to know how to weigh it out. You
Yeah.
need to. That's the problem with black people. They don't know how to weigh it out.
They don't know.
They really, really don't. It becomes very toxic.
Is there like a balance that you can strike with that?
Hey man, look, just find a good woman. There's nothing else. I can
Yeah. Thank you for that.
say. Yeah, just
That's
find a
it.
good woman.
Yeah.
You just find a well balanced woman here in the brain more than anything. Do not like. When we pillow talking as a couple, I'm telling you my family business. Do not now take my family business and try
Use
to...
it.
Don't, bro. You as a good woman, because you're brought in here to build, take that and say, how the hell am I going to fix this situation? You then start building from there. That's a good woman.
It's
right
like a support structure.
Yeah.
That's what a woman
Exactly.
does, bro. Like, I won't lie to you. A woman will literally say, okay, this is falling apart. Let me try to fix it. Let me mend it. Okay, do I have duct tape? Okay, let me put duct tape over that to make sure it's an actual structure. So that's the problem with the black women. They don't want to
Today,
build. These days, today.
And also poverty, though.
In what
Also
way?
with poverty.
What's wrong with poverty?
A lot.
A lot.
No, I'm saying, where does it, what
Fit in
role
the
does
how
it
does it
play
fit
here?
in?
culture.
How does it fit in?
No, I'm just
What
saying.
role does it play here?
I'm kidding. We're talking about like when someone's home. I kidding when you are working now. You are nice. Hey, you're working. Come and lend me. You're nice.
What the hell?
And then she just goes sideways. I mean, offer forge closes, and then you have to go back home, and then
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It trickles down once again to a very good woman. You do not now leave me because I'm in a tight spot. That is really messed up.
That
You know
is
what I
messed
mean?
up.
That's messed up. You
In
can't,
any scenario.
everything was good when I had money.
Now all of
I
a sudden.
don't have money. You want to leave me now?
I think
Like,
that's gonna be a
what-
conversation for another day. Money in relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, what are we doing? So that's it. It always boils down to a good woman. It also boils down to being a good man at the end of the day. So good relationship matters more than anything,
So,
especially
Fabio,
in culture.
Can I ask you this? Like, since in our culture we have initiation schools and stuff, did you guys have your own like initiation?
No.
Not
Did you
at
go
all.
to initiation school?
I did, because I grew up in the Eastern Cape. I had to. I forced. They said no. I was like, I need to. It's very important for me because I visit every other June, December. So if I go there, I'm going to be called a kid. It's a must for me to actually do it. Because growing up in the Eastern Cape, you see these things, you look forward to it. Because your older brother, your older cousin
Yeah,
is
you
going to go.
do.
You know? Because my older cousin is actually closer. His father is closer. So he's actually really closer. Like, he's closer for real. He had to do it because that's his actual culture. Sibiza ngosigo, because it's something that you need to do. If you don't do it, number one, it's not them not recognizing you as a man alone. It's just like certain things will not happen for you because you didn't do things the right way,
Yeah.
the traditional way, the
Okay.
cultural way, you know?
They will
So
not recognize you.
they
as a
won't
man.
recognize you as a man because you did not do that whole step. For me, it's not because I needed to do it. I didn't have to do shit. I could have just walked into a hospital and said, yo, Get it off.
Get it done.
You know? But for me, it was like more of, I'm going to go home, I'm going to get disrespected, number one, by these people. Two, it's something I was looking forward to since I saw my older cousin at the age of 10 for me, while he was like 18 doing it.
You
For me, I was like, this is something I want to do, because at the time also it's toxic. Like when they become men, they become super toxic because they think they run the world. Yeah, they think they run the world. You know what I mean? Also, so seeing how they did things, like my older cousin would actually beat my cousin's sister. So she'd bring, like, there's specific times you need to bring food. So she was like 30 minutes late. She beat her. And there's nothing that anybody could say. Like he had this little stick, you know, and he had a name for it. He had this little stick. He's like, is this the time to bring food? She's like, no. It's like, bring your hand. And he enjoyed that more than he did it to us. If we came there late, looking after him, it's something that, you know, I saw. I'm like, I can't wait to do this. I was looking forward to all of that because it looked fun. So for me, I did it because of that. I didn't do it because of culture. I did it because that's where I grew up. Two, what are the people going to say? Like, they won't respect me anymore. So it was like a tough conversation to have with my mom, my dad. They're like, bro, you're not that. I'm like, but I have to do it because that's where I go. That's my home. I go home June. I go home December. I'm there until Jan. I see these young kids going in before me. I'll be messed up. Let me just do it. So me and my cousin did it, the same time, same heart, same everything. So,
would you?
My son, no.
Why?
No.
I just feel
Never.
like
I'll never put my son through that.
for me, I did not go to initiation schools.
I've kind of noticed that it's something that's dying out.
It's not. It's not.
It'll never die out,
It's
especially in the
not,
Xhosa culture.
Fabio.
It's something that
not.
will never die out. It's very important. Like I said, it can't die out because it's a specific step you need to take to being a man.
But now you're not sending your son.
No, my son, like I said, I'm supposed to be, I'm a Zulu man. Do you understand? But I grew up in Eastern Cape. I grew up around Xhosa people.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do that.
I
But for
see.
me, knowing people around me, being there, when I go to the Eastern Cape, I go there consistently. So if I'm there all the time and I didn't go through that phase, it won't sit nice with me. I'll be disrespected. So for me, it was more like pressure, peer pressure in a way.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to do it. I have to do it. That's why I'm saying my son will never do that. Even if they were like, he has to do it because you did it. No, my son will never do that.
And let me tell you,
At
Fabio, when they come back, it's just like you would feel so proud of yourself. Like it's an achievement, I would say. Like it is.
Fabio, surviving a month without your these days these kids have their fucking phones. Sorry for cussing.
Do they send it with their phones?
Yeah,
Hectic.
they have their phones, and so with like minimal things, like you start fire from the ground up. You know, it's like, okay, you watch Survivor, right?
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Things like that. That's the only way I can put it out as without putting too much information. So things like Survivor. Imagine living out like that and your food is not salted the first week. You're just eating food without salt for the first week. It's just madness.
Wow.
If you survive that and you walk out there proud, trust me, you'll be happy. It's an achievement. She's right. She is right.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
So a bit of a diversion here. Let's
Yep.
chat food. Cultural food.
Food.
Yeah.
Well, you've tried that mkhode.
Okay, look. Like, for everyone listening that doesn't know, I tried mkhodu. It was not nice.
Because
I think the one that I had was not nice. Like I eat internal stuff. Like I'm not that guy. Like it's part of our culture as well. Like we eat chicken livers, we eat kidney, we eat like tripe, we eat that kind of stuff. Tripe is mkhodu
as well. Yes.
But like the one that I had was sandy. It was gross. It was nasty. So no,
Didn't clean it out.
like I don't feel the vibe with that.
Yeah.
Like if someone else had to make it and I could watch them make it, then that's a different story. But like, yeah, no, in terms of Portugal, our traditional food is actually a lot of fish. That's like something that we really enjoy. There's a ton of fish. and I don't want to say spicy food because it's weird. Like some parts of Portugal, you get cozido, which is everything is just boiled
Okay.
like together in one
Wow.
pot. Like it's
That's
very and salted.
That's so Chinese and Korean.
Yeah.
style,
Yeah,
like, yeah.
That's like something that we also really enjoy. And then afterwards, you throw like olive oil and vinegar. I'm almost drooling because I like it.
Soy sauce and it's almost really.
It sounds nice. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Yeah.
And like a lot of people think peri peri chicken is like Portugal. It's not really.
Mm-hmm.
It's more Mozambique vibe. And
True. Yes.
even that, it's not really the Portuguese people that made it. It's Mozambique, like as a country. What else do we eat? We make good chicken. We make good food, like in general. Rice. Oh, we love rice.
I can attest to that. His lunchbox always smells like heaven.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah. So what is like the weirdest thing that you guys have eaten or can eat?
Have eaten
Yeah.
nothing that was weird for me. It's her culture.
Mm.
The things that the one thing that they eat.
Mm.
There is a thing called moponu worms.
Oh,
You see,
yes.
let me tell
Oh
you.
my god,
Yeah.
it's so nice.
What do you mean? You're eating worms?
But it's so nice. I'm gonna cook it one day and I'm gonna bring it. It depends who cooks it. I'm
So
telling
you don't eat
No.
it dried.
No, we don't eat it dried.
Okay.
We boil it and then we put some onions and tomatoes. Oh my god. You don't even try to complicate it. Maybe you can just put some 6 gun spice in it. It's very nice. Like it takes like 15 minutes to 20 minutes.
Why are you
to cook.
laughing?
He's laughing. And Larry, I tell you this.
Where the worms? 6 gun for worms.
Yeah,
Hell no,
like it's
bro.
nice. Like
You gotta make it taste good.
You don't
Gotta-
even have to add anything because they come with their own flavor. You can just add salt.
So what do they taste like?
They taste like they are sour.
Oh snap! I did not expect that.
They are
I did not
sour.
expect that.
They're
Okay.
sourish and yeah, they almost taste like there's this mororo, right? Mororo is like our own
Oh,
spinach.
yes,
There's
yes.
different types
Yes.
of it, you know.
It's very nice.
There's telele, there's mochina. Oh my god, there's a lot of different ones, you know. But like it goes along the same vibes with the tasting. It's the same vibes. It's very nice. I'm gonna come with it one day, and you're just gonna taste.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
Who's gonna taste?
I'll try it.
It doesn't,
Fabio
it
will
doesn't even
taste.
smell like
No,
it
I'm
doesn't.
good.
Nothing.
No.
It's quite good.
Okay.
Just there's nothing that I wouldn't try, but that's why I said how culture, because my friends are also Pedi.
And
My
also
2 friends are from Polokwane. They're always talking about it, and I'm like, boys, if we want to be boys, if you want us to continue this venture together, you will not
You have to
bring
stop
worms
this.
around. You will
my
just
God.
eat them at your family homes or whatever. Do not bring them around me because I will not eat worms. Do you get what I mean?
Hectic.
Like, bro, you'd walk the streets of Johannesburg CBD and see like a bucket full of mopone worms. I'm like, what are we doing, dog?
That is protein in there.
It's apparently a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot.
I don't care. I really don't care.
But we don't judge you guys. Do you eat that pap that you cook with a fork?
What the fuck?
What you mean?
Oh my goodness. Ndebele people. Oh, it's Ndebele people.
I was about to say.
They eat pap with what is it? And then the pap comes out like pieces.
Hmm? Oh, it's like brittle.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? They like to eat it with upu too. They like to
It's
they like to eat
fine.
it. They like to eat it with scop, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit slaps. So scop is a cow, sheep
Sheephead.
head. Yes.
Is it a smiley?
No, it's not a smiley. They chop it up.
Okay.
It looks weird. A smiley is amazing. I would choose a smiley over the. It's actually a cow head. Ntogo is a cow.
Oh,
head.
okay.
Yes, and then smiley is the sheep. Smiley tastes more. It tastes nice. It tastes.
Does it
better
taste like that lammy, muttony?
Nah, it's brittle. It's very soft.
It's very soft, gummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's yeah, but uputu is there's nothing wrong with the
I mean, there's a lot of ways as people, even the Tsonga people, they cook the pap with vinegar. Like, there's...
Who?
Yeah, there's
Glad I don't know
whole lot
Tonga.
of
I don't know a single Tonga person in
Yeah.
my life.
I don't know. Like, would that work? Yeah.
What? No.
It
Pap
would.
and vinegar.
And then I asked this girl, and I'm like, how? He's like, yo, it has a lot of flavor. Try it.
No. Guys,
I'm down to try anything. Like
No.
there's very few things that I would not eat.
would you then would you then eat not dry but raw liver? Have you tried?
No.
Like straight from like straight up after being slaughtered and everything.
That's different, dude.
Yeah, no ways.
That's
Apparently,
different.
that's a tradition.
Like I've
So-
like straight from the animal raw.
Yes.
Like I've eaten raw meat. I've eaten.
While it's still hot.
Yo,
While it's still hot.
How much do I have to eat?
You don't know, man. It's not like a big ass piece.
Okay.
Just like you cut a piece.
Like a sliver, yeah.
Salt in there. Just
Yeah.
put salt.
That's fun.
It's nice. It's actually amazing.
I'll try
It
that.
tastes so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes.
If
so
I
good.
get like a really good cut of meat, sometimes I actually cut it and taste it raw,
I do that with Vors.
just to see what it
come on,
the
Vors.
quality.
I do that with Vors. Yes.
This guy,
before I can
Vors
chop it
is
up and
pre-cooked.
and
Vors
and
is not
pack it.
pre-cooked.
It's
And
not.
it's spiced.
No,
and
no,
it's
no, no, no.
flavored.
So with the Vors, no? When I buy it like in a pack. So I just cut it up and put it like in sachets. Before I can do that, cut like a big ass piece, sit down, chow it raw. Yeah, it tastes amazing. Chow it raw. My
We
son
need to talk,
has,
dude. We need to talk.
Yeah.
Because the quality of meat that goes in there is not a yoba.
Yeah.
I'd
it's
literally
not, because it's
just go, I
pork,
gobble
it's
it down.
beef,
It's just, I
Okay.
chill in there. Yeah.
Okay, I learned something today about you.
But yeah, you should try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
He
really
likes
does
to
taste
eat it
nice.
raw.
Like,
God.
whoa.
I mean,
Okay. Let's rein it in a little bit and like if you could name a dish that signifies your culture, what would it be? Like what's that one thing that you like? You come to my house, you're not from my side of the pond, and my mom is gonna cook something for you so that you can be introduced.
It's samp, not the white samp. There's this brownish one with big beads. And
You know, that's one thing I've never eaten.
really,
Yeah.
those ones definitely. And the kind of spinach I told you that we have, not the spinach you guys know, and that which he doesn't
Mopani
like.
worms.
Isn't it kale?
Mopani worms.
Isn't it kale?
what?
The spinach that you're talking about.
It's like
And then they have different types, eh?
there's
I've
a lot
seen
of different types. There's a slimy one. There's just a whole.
Isn't that a Nigerian one?
No.
Is it?
But also Nigerians cook it in the way they have their own one. You
Yeah,
know,
that's-
we also have our own.
That's Nigerian food is something that I'll never eat as well. But yeah.
And then we have
I've seen
these
crazy
ones you
things.
dry up and then you put it in the pot and then oh my gosh, it's so good. Like I think our taste buds are leaning into a lot of sour.
I love
foods.
sour food.
Yeah.
I love sour food. Like salty and sour.
Yeah.
They make me happy.
That's good. And you?
For me,
What screams Zulu? I
uh,
say that like a white person.
meat.
Zulu.
Yeah.
What screams Zulu's
It's
meat?
meat.
Just plain red meat.
Yeah.
Meat.
Meat. Anything meat.
Put meat in there and put what's this top bread? Water bread. So basically, you just dough up, cover it, put it in water, then it just comes out as bread. Slice that bitch up. Do you
I'm
know?
confused.
Take flour,
Yeah.
mix it up together.
Yeah.
Let it put it in the sun,
Yeah.
and then it
And then
rises up, and then
Oh.
you put it in the bowl, and then you put it in a pot
Oh, yeah,
with
we love
water.
those too.
Yeah, and then you seal it
Oh,
there.
I've seen that.
And
Yes,
then,
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
I've seen that.
slice that bitch up. Put meat.
Ah.
Put meat in there. Put the bread sliced up in there.
Like
We in
Zulu
there.
men with fish. Oh my goodness.
We
Yeah.
in there. The red.
Do you like
meat.
fish?
No.
Oh,
They don't like
they don't like fish. Oh, dude.
Meat we in there. And then second dish I would say is definitely mealies and sour cream.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Oh,
That sounds good.
heaven.
and they're stingy.
What you mean? What are you talking about? It's just understanding. It's can I tell you, Zulu men are very disciplined and they know they're not easily swayed by women. You know what I mean? So for instance, a Zulu man will not allow to be told by women what to do. You get what I mean? So if she says, I'm too many malo, send me money, right? the guy will send what he has, and you are saying 1,000 rand, and I have 500 rand. You will take what I have. I will not, because women these days want you to give them more. So if a woman says 1,000 rand, she means 2,000 rand.
Hey.
Can I
That's
ask
hectic.
what everyone probably on this podcast is thinking of about Zulu men? You know where I'm going with this.
No, we're not stingy at all.
No,
It's
no,
just
not about stinginess. He knows where I'm going
You got
with
to
this.
that answer very quickly.
I don't know.
No,
No. Ask your question.
most Zulu men that I have met also, they don't like circumcision. They do not.
Yeah, well,
I think
it's-
50% to 60% of them, they are not circumcised.
if they're not circumcised, the thingy, what you call this, from the hospital already from birth, they don't find it necessary to do, because now I'm 18 and I've had this what do you call it? I have this top that I have, this polo neck that I've always had. Why am I now going?
That only got me now.
Why am I now? Why am I now going to the hospital and getting it cut?
That makes sense, though.
Yeah, because so now most of them don't care about those things. You know what I mean? Because also now I'm not well educated about
Yeah.
why I should not have that whole thing.
Or should you not have that thing?
With the top.
Yeah.
it attracts STDs. That shit is fucked up, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you,
But it- yeah.
if you're a person that likes having rolls. Remember, it's meat that's covering. It's meat that's covering your, bro. Like, explaining it would have. To
I've
go deep
heard
into
I've
that.
heard people say that they regret having circumcision because it killed their feelings like around.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm
they-
not circumcised.
Where they didn't cut.
Yeah,
properly.
they
So
said
I'm
that.
not. I'm
they
You're not.
said-
And so you didn't. Find
I'm
it
happy,
weird.
dude. I don't know why. Like,
People are
why is this a
happy.
thing?
But
No,
like,
people are happy. But my thing is, okay, read up on why you should be circumcised.
yeah,
I read more stuff that says why it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
And
Okay,
I've
You're
heard,
not-
of-
you're not- it
I've
doesn't
heard with
matter,
her
but-
that it also comes with, like, when you're having sex, it actually does feel a lot better with it.
It actually does.
Yeah,
it actually does.
No ways.
No, it actually does because I've met quite a lot of people that said it killed the feeling cells around it. Like they regret.
They regret doing it.
Yeah.
No. I read up on why I shouldn't have that. I shouldn't have a thingy.
You're not.
I just know that if you don't keep it clean, unlucky, you're gonna
Obviously.
something bad's gonna happen. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
clean
1000%.
yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
they
get
just.
that.
I mean, Zulu men. Oh my God, Zulu. Listen,
You
we are
have
on
you have
Zulu
an issue,
men.
Shem, with Zulu men. That's
I dated this Zulu guy. Oh my goodness, wasn't he just a waste of my time? This guy.
Shame.
He was just like I think I had a bad experience with him, and it verified everything about Zulu men. Like he was stingy.
Are you making assumptions?
He was just
Man,
not.
what do you mean stingy?
I don't know his 50 rand till today.
Well, yeah.
I've never
I mean,
seen it. He's never bought me anything. Not even a
But he
piece of
loved-
So
pie.
he wasn't stingy. He was clever.
He was
Yeah,
so
but
clever.
he
How
loved
was
you.
he clever when we were dating?
Did he
I
not
would
love you?
I would cook for him at
Did he
my.
not
He
love
would come
you?
to my house and I would cook for
I
him.
mean-
Did he not love you?
No, he did not.
What-
That
okay.
guy would show me that he's passing by.
Oh, okay. Then he didn't love. Okay, cool. I get
Yeah,
that.
but
I
like
think-
at least 50 randanyana. Like
No.
can I see something?
no.
That
Unlucky.
guy. Oh my God.
Unlucky.
Okay, then he wasn't stingy. He just didn't give a
You didn't care.
about you. Yeah,
Mm.
he wasn't stingy. She's probably out there giving some other girl 10,000
Of
rand,
course,
as you say.
That's
definitely.
harsh.
So yeah,
Let me tell you, men, they have that one girl they will give money to, like, or treat
course.
well, or, you know, and then they'll have this one that they just feel like,
yeah, and then he doesn't love you. There's literally a saying that people on Twitter created. You will see that a man loves you when he starts giving you money.
Of course.
When he gives you money, he's showing you that he's willing to do anything for you.
Yeah.
If he doesn't give you money, he's showing you that he doesn't care. Well, it's true, but if I don't have the money, then what should I do?
if you don't have the money, then you're getting nothing.
What is this? This is a weird transaction now. What are we doing?
Okay, we're talking about culture.
Yeah, no,
let's
they
not,
flew
let's
up.
not
So moving on. What disrespects your culture? What hits you at home?
What hits me at home with my-
Culturally.
What icks me is that
Culturally.
like how culture for black women, it doesn't favor black women. You know, culture, when you look at all the cultures, it does not favor black women. Zulus, they can marry all the women they want. The woman is supposed to be submissive. The wife, they will tell you before you get married, no, do whatever your husband says. Marriage is hard. Like, you just know that you're not going to be treated soft, because in the olden days, marriage was hard. You do whatever your husband says. It just didn't favor women. Like, culture does just not favor women.
Well, let me report to that. So here's the thing, right? There's a whole thing saying a family is a family because of a woman, right? A woman structures everything, like I said. Woman will make sure everything is running, right? And the guy's job is to provide. That is your main job as a man. Your job is just to make sure that everything's running smoothly. I give you whatever you want when it comes to providing. I do that for you. Your job, just respect me, number one. That's the only thing that I want. Respect me as a man and give me my position. I am giving you a position as a woman by providing and letting you run the household things. There is no man till this day that will run a household. A man doesn't run a household. It's a woman that runs a household.
I disagree.
Bro, I've seen
It's
so
the
many
woman.
families. A woman will run a household. They run everything. They are the actual bosses in this whole thing. If
Yeah.
you think about they actually run it.
Maybe in black cultures, yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let me
But
just say
like,
black cultures.
Like for me, I run the house at home.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
You're okay. Are you saying with your wife?
Yeah.
Like, can you...
And then like even, I mean, it's actually a big thing. Maybe it is my culture that does that.
Maybe it's your culture.
Maybe it's your culture that does that.
Because not with my parents, no. My
Yeah.
mom definitely ran the place. But like I have uncles and stuff where the man is the one that's like in charge of running things.
Yeah.
It's not like
Okay.
left up. The woman is there to be a mother and like full stop. Obviously, like work and stuff aside, you can have that, but like be a mom, and then that's that. Like
Wow.
with me, I'm the one that manages the finances. I see myself as a modern man. Like
Yeah.
like I do the finances, I do the cooking, I clean.
Wow.
Like
Yeah, you
that's
are.
that's something that I've
I'll
done.
never do that.
No,
That's on you,
so,
dude. Like,
that's so nice.
I'm just that type of person, and I mean, my wife and I, we're in it as like a team,
Yep.
and I've seen it with a lot of other families and a lot of units that I've seen. People that lean too much on the one doing everything and the one only working, it becomes tough. Even if it's the woman that does the working,
Yep.
and the man does the thing, like it becomes tough. That's why I always encourage people to, when you're getting married and when you're together, make it 50-50.
I don't believe in 50-50, but I believe in creating your whole dynamic. Like, don't let no uncle or mom or anyone tell you how you should marriage or how you should date.
Oh yeah,
That
I'm in
is
the same,
up to you.
I'm in the same scenario.
You know? So whether if it's the guy, if it's the husband that loves to cook and do the washing, it's fine. If it's the woman who loves to be outside at the garden, it's fine. Like, it's totally fine. Build your own. But like, I don't believe in 50-50. I'm a soft girl. I want to be treated soft. Like,
Then wash those dishes.
my guy must do whatever he's got to do and come back here and lick me from head to toe.
Yeah,
you know?
then wash those dishes. Are you gonna wash those dishes? Are you gonna
Listen.
cook? You see,
But
that's
do,
the problem.
But I do cook, you know. I'm just saying, I want that kind of a husband who is, obviously I'm gonna help. We're gonna go 50-50 in other things. Like, I'll
I get you.
pay like 30% of the mortgage, you know, 30% of the children's school fees, you know, 30% of the
That's fine.
groceries. That's fine. But honey, you must know that, you know, you must be a
With-
giver.
look, with
in
me-
all aspects.
With me, right? I agree. That whole 50-50 business is not it for me, right? I provide, I do everything. I make sure that you have whatever you need to run that household, right? I am, however, against our fathers being absent-minded with kids.
Ooh, yeah, that's bad.
You know what I
True.
mean?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
problem. So
I've seen that a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're doing as a man, you are working, sending money, saying run the household. But now don't
Not
just
being
do that.
involved.
You see, that's what fathers used to do. You know what I mean? Don't, now be involved in your kid's life. That's the only thing I would change in that whole system. I would be present in my marriage, number one.
Yeah.
Two, I will be present in my children's lives. I know exactly what they're writing tomorrow for the exam.
Yeah.
Let me not hear from my daughter 5 days later, oh, I was writing. I'm like, you're writing math. I need to be knowing those
Yeah.
things, the smallest things ever, you know? That's the only thing I would change. Everything else runs as is.
Yeah.
I will not, special occasions, of course, I will not stand in the kitchen and cook, and I'm not doing that. And if you cooked and you expect me to wash dishes, that's Gorgon shit. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You will cook and you will wash those
Yeah.
dishes. You know what I mean? That's
I know what you're saying.
I'm-
I don't subscribe to it. I'm not
it's
there.
fine.
but
No,
I
no,
know
I'm
what
just,
you
I'm
mean.
just
I
saying
get you.
I'm saying my side. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I would change is being present in my marriage, being present in my kid's life. Everything else still runs as is. You will do things as a woman as you are supposed to, and I will do things as a man as I'm supposed to. Let it run, let it be like that. My kid will also run the same way I'm running. My son, he needs to know by the time he's 16, he needs to know that as a man you do this, you do that. A woman will do this and do that. Keep it. Do not try to change situations and try to modernize things. No,
That actually brings me. I'll
No.
let you finish your thought. That
God, move.
actually, that actually brings me into my next question. Like, do you think that the modern vibe, globalization, that's a business paper
Yeah,
term. Do you think that is impeding culture
it's
nowadays?
killing me.
Listen, I am for.
So you guys
I am
disagree
for-
it?
Listen, I am for the modern men. Oh my goodness, I am for them because men are awake, they're intact with the feelings. I think men in the
I'm talking
olden-
about culture in general here.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Culture in
general.
general. Yeah.
Culture in
Yeah.
general. What was the question again?
Like, do you think do you see that it's
modernizing.
coming and killing pieces of your culture off?
It is.
Do you agree with it? Are you happy about it?
I'm
Are
not.
you not?
I'm just in the middle.
In the middle because you've seen that men are different these days, right? But culturally, it's killing.
Yeah.
For me, I'll answer for me. Culturally, it's killing everything. The modern world, like I said, these kids now have phones. You know, they take their phones into initiation school and all that bullshit. That's nonsense. That space is for peeling your childhoodness. That's the reason why we leave our clothes behind. That's the reason why you can no longer wear the clothes you wore before you went in there. You give those things away, including phone, including everything. You do not. You're peeling, you're becoming a man. You know what I mean? So these days, these kids will go in there and I'm not homophobic in any way. But I really hate these days when gay people go in there and they try to do things their way. They try to
What do
do
you mean?
things
Yeah.
in a very feminine way. I hate that. That place is for men. Be a man about things and continue with your life. Do not try now to paint your freaking nails in there, bro. What are we doing?
Wow.
Why are you painting you? Just because you are a gay man doesn't mean now you should just go in there and disrespect that one sacred space that we have.
But like first and foremost, they don't identify as men. Why are they there in the first
They-
place?
it's
You
like
can
a-
identify as a man and be gay.
But my thing is, like I said, I reiterated this. It's a step that you cannot miss. If you miss that one step, it becomes a problem in your life because it's a part of you. You get what I mean? It's in your identity. So if you miss that step, so they know. They're not forced into doing, because kids these days, you can't force them into doing anything. They're not forced because they understand. They know. They are taught
clever.
from being, yeah. They're like, oh, I need to do it. They go, but then they disrespect culture. That's the reason why I'm saying, like, I really hate certain things that are happening these days. And it's from these things being modernized. It's the modern world that's killing everything. I hate it with everything
it
in me.
dilutes culture.
It really does dilute my culture. And yeah, I'm not for it. I really
And
hate
yeah,
it.
he's right because when I go home, in the olden days, when we would go home and we would all get into the river and just chill and play, like in our culture, Spedi culture, we have this songs for wedding songs. You know, we love those. Like, it doesn't matter where you are. But apparently, if you are rich, you live in the cities, and you hear that music now, it doesn't vibe to you because it's for lower class.
People
you know?
get
that's
speakers
sad.
for their wedding now,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You play music, you play Taylor Swift at your wedding when you're walking down the aisle.
Imagine,
What nonsense is that, bro? We've never done that.
Really?
Ever.
Yeah.
We sing for the bride.
I like that though.
I'm gonna show you from the wedding that I went to in September.
Yeah.
I will show you how we prep for a wedding. You sing until you cannot sing anymore. Do you get me?
Yeah.
You sing back to back like this. It's just singing because that's how it's supposed to be.
I like that.
These days, she's right. Like these days, she's walking down the aisle with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That time we're deep down in fucking Venda. What are we doing, bro?
Yeah,
we're in
that's
the rural
rough.
areas, bro. Like, what are we doing? 90% of those people that are at your wedding don't even know who the hell Taylor Swift is.
Well, it's actually a beautiful thing. Like looking from as an outsider looking
Yeah.
at it, it's such a beautiful thing that you can have that.
Yeah.
Like you can keep that and not
Yep.
white.
Yeah.
I say
Whitewash,
it,
yes.
but
Yeah.
that is
It's a
So,
word. It's a word.
you know, so when they do that, it's like all of a sudden, just because you're so cultured, you don't have standards. Like, what has made our culture so dirty? Like, not of standards. Like, what is wrong with you? Who?
You
So,
know.
you know.
Yeah, sorry to cut you.
No, yeah, I was done.
You know when I'm home, right? I don't care how I look. When I'm in the city, I really care.
me neither.
Like I really care when I'm in the city, but when I'm in the Eastern Cape, I'm a man. I have my overall. I don't care about sunscreen. I don't care about hats. That's why when I came back from the wedding, I was a bit dark skinned because I was there to work. I don't care about anything
Yeah.
else. I'm there. I had blood on my things, and then there's these girls that came through, my sister's friends, and they don't understand. They're just there because they just want to drink and have fun.
Yeah, they don't.
They're
see
just
the,
like, why are you like
They
this?
don't
I'm
see
like,
the importance.
Yeah, I'm like,
behind
I'm
it.
working.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why am I like, your sneakers? What's wrong with my sneakers? They have blood? Okay, cool. I'm working.
It's
Yeah.
just like when you die, when someone dies, we don't let the machine like cover the grave
Yeah,
with
use-
dust.
Oh,
No,
yes,
no,
yes.
no. You work. We literally, yeah, you mix the saint and everything. Like
You do everything.
you
yourself.
work, you put in the work, you know. So it's our culture. So when you see people, they're like, nah, don't worry, they'll do it. It's like, what? When I die, I would like the hands of my family and everyone to just put me to peace. Not just the machine that's like, not you're a dog.
Yeah,
No
no,
way.
so to answer your question, yeah. The modern day is killing. It's diluting our culture.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's rough. I hate seeing it. I see it everywhere. I see it on social media. I see it every freaking way. And I'm seeing it with my son because my son can't even speak Zulu.
That's rough.
Yep.
I'm gonna make sure that my kids can speak Portuguese. I
Yeah,
need to
and
learn
I-
it again
Yeah,
myself.
you
and make
you
sure that my
should.
kids
You
can do it.
should. You know, it has a sense of pride. Now when I'm in a taxi and people are speaking Sepedi and I can speak Sepedi as well, I feel like
It's crazy how your language makes such a big impact. But I mean, that is what it is. You were raised.
you
like
won't
that.
get lost if you are helpless somewhere. A stranger will help you because they're like, oh, baby, you know, like
It's very nice. Because,
It's-
actually, like, I'll take for instance being in an Uber ride
Yeah.
and the guy is Zulu, and you walk in there and you greet him in the most Zulu way. Sabona putwa munjani. And then it's like, oh, but all right. He's happy immediately.
Nah.
Like his day is made immediately because the conversation, he can relate to what you're saying.
Yeah.
He can relate to everything you're saying. So it's being able to speak your language, number one, will help you in every situation. Taxi rank, 1000%. If you come in a taxi rank speaking English, man,
Unlucky.
I'm so sorry.
and then you get to the rurals and then there's a wedding and you want to be like, I don't sit here.
No, sorry. You can't.
That's rough.
Like,
It's rough.
girl, no ways.
The one thing I like about taxi drivers is, especially Zulu taxi drivers, they will not bend over for you because you speak English. They will ask you again in Zulu, Ofunani. And you're like, no, look, Ofunai.
Yeah.
And you need to somehow try to speak their own language because also those guys really believe in, why should we learn English if you can't learn my own language? What are we doing? Let's meet in the
Yeah.
middle. You know what I mean? Why am I speaking English for you? So, yeah, look, home language is very important. It's very, very
Yeah.
important.
I actually speak fluent Zulu. People don't even believe that, but I speak fluent Zulu.
Very important, especially in Joburg. You need to learn how to speak Zulu in Joburg.
Yeah. Can I tell you something? I have never been to Joburg longer than 3 days.
You've never? Oh, you've been in Pretoria the whole time.
Yeah, I've never been in Joburg that long.
I don't think I would survive Pretoria though. I don't like
Joburg. I don't like Joburg. Joburg is so...
It's busy.
It's too busy. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
lot of
busy.
things going on.
Busy.
Pretoria is calm. Like, I could deal with the vibe here. I could.
It's calmer, I'll say that.
It's calmer, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But like Joburg is its own thing.
like
But I like it. I respect it for what it is. But yeah, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing some insights on things that I had no idea about.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. I hope you guys learned a bit from me.
Yeah, definitely. You
No,
should not
I
travel
did. We
bunny
did.
worms.
I think we learned from each other, even from Larry. Wow.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And I hope that you listening also learned a couple of things. But hey, culture is a double-edged sword. It creates passion and instills tradition in us as individuals. Not only do I hope that you learned a little something, but I hope you learned how to handle different people from different occasions in your everyday life. Thank you for joining us, and remember to check out Consumer Rewards for some awesome competitions and fantastic articles about the good old SA. You can find them at consumerrewards.co.za. That's consumerrewards.co.za. I have been Fabio de Gouveia. This has been Komocho. This has been Larry. And thank you for listening to the Civis podcast.